Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my space. If you're new here, remember to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you can join my space. And for the return subscribers, thank you so much for always coming through, for always watching my video, and for always commenting and liking. Now this video is a very, very different video because it's the video for those people who have been asking me, Lavency, what course are you taking in Canada? So I'll not tell you the course that I'm taking, but along with the video, as you watch the video with me, you will tell what the course that I'm taking. So I'm welcoming you in this video. Feel free, feel welcome, ask me any question, and I'll be ready to answer your question. Let's go.
Okay guys, this is our school. We are here. Let's get inside and view and see some few classes and see. By the way guys, there's a lot of courses that they teach here, so if you want any course, you're most welcome. This is my class, okay, and that's my teacher.
Yeah, so you see everybody?
Yes.
This is the fur hat. So this is made from beaver. Sorry?
From beaver?
From beaver, correct.
Oh.
You see the top hat?
Yeah.
The top hat. So this was made from beaver. So in Europe, this was in demand, this hat, and that's why they caught a lot of beavers.
There is some beaver always alive?
Yeah, right now, yes, but by a hair, right? Like a small amount. This was very important, the fur trade in Canada. And then by 1800, when this was no longer in fashion, then the demand for fur went down, and then the demand for wood increased. Because in Europe, they don't have too much wood. Here, it's a big country, we have a lot of wood. So they started taking our wood. So we started cutting trees and selling wood. Okay. There's a reason why you have the two flags. Because our history in winter, we are dominated by the geopolitical reality. Our neighbor is the United States. We could see the U.S. from here. Because we're so close, we are so close together, whatever we do, we are tied to America. Whatever happens. Look at the history of Windsor. More than 120 years ago, they started building cars. American car companies, Ford and Chrysler started building cars here. So this is why they have two flags, to show you the geopolitical reality. For better or for worse, we are tied to America.
Yeah.
For better or worse. And if you take a look over here, this is very interesting. So they drew the border in 1794. This is when they decided the border, the border. And then what happened was, in 1796, they told the Canadians who were French in Detroit, they told them, make a choice. This is now America. If you're going to stay here, you're going to have to accept American citizenship or go to Windsor if you want to be with the British. 70% of French Canadian families. Hello, good morning. You came. You missed the photo. Okay, no problem. 70% of French Canadian families in Detroit said, no, we are with the British. They crossed the river and they came to Windsor and they founded Windsor. They helped found Windsor. So the majority of the French were loyal to the British. They came to British Canada. So, but 40% stayed in Detroit. And when you go to Detroit today, you'll see a lot of white people with French last names.
Okay.
Yeah, you will see a lot of them. So this is the reality. For better or worse, we are tied to America. We're right next to them. Yeah. There was no border.
So what was the deal with Montreal, Quebec?
Oh, those were older. Montreal was founded in 1642. Windsor was drawn in 1794. But the British were angry that they lost America. They did not respect American sovereignty. They did not respect American independence. And we did not respect their independence. And the Americans, they wanted more land. That's why the war began in 1812. Because the British on the seas, on the Atlantic Ocean, on the ships, they were taking American people, asking for their citizenship, and said, no, right now you're with the British Army. So they were impressing them. They were kidnapping them. So they were very angry, the Americans, and they wanted Canada. And us, we did not respect the American sovereignty. That's why we went to war in 1812. So what happened in 1812, we burned down the White House because the Americans burned down the parliament in New York. So it's like tit for tat. Do you understand what happened, everyone?
Yes.
It's like, you did this to us, we're going to do that to you. So they burnt the parliament in Toronto. Are you with me?
Oh.
So we got angry. So we went to Washington, D.C., and we burned down the White House. The same year.
Whose turn now?
Sorry?
Whose turn?
Well, I mean, it was our turn because they burned our parliament. So we went to Washington, D.C., we burned down the White House. And that's why it's called the White House. Because when we burnt it, it won. It seems like
The revenge.
1 for 1. They burned our parliament, so we burned down the White House. This is to place the guns and
For the war?
yeah, exactly, for the war effort.
And the gun, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, and the war, everybody, was a stalemate. Nobody gained anything. The Americans did not gain more land. We did not gain more land, but we just respected each other. And that was the last war. From 1814 to now. No war. No war. Yeah. Except now, maybe with Trump, we don't know. So let's continue. So look over here. You have the numbers, and then you have the explanations. You see that? This is used in a cannon. Like a cannonball. Okay. Yeah. And this is the baton of the police. Showing you the police in the 1800s. Sorry? Yeah.
Pistol, what is the difference about pistol and gun?
Gun is a general term for an instrument with a bullet. A pistol is specifically a small gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is called a pistol. Yeah. And this is part of the museum. This is part of to hold the hat up. This is part of the to hold it up together. But this is made out of metal. It's a helmet. This is for firefighters.
What about
Firefighters.
Bullet Avenue?
Yeah. You see, everyone, look at this is the sign. This was a street sign.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? This
Yeah.
is the original street sign. Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, this is This is the street sign.
Bullet Avenue.
Yeah, wood, made of wood, yeah. No metal in those days. Yeah. Because before 1840, Canada was controlled by London, England. Does that make sense? Before 1840, everything, the taxes, everything, who controls what was controlled by London, England. And so some people in 1837, 1838, they did research, and they said, okay, the Canadians, they want some independence. So we're going to give it to them. So after 1840, we started getting some independence. And 1840 is the beginning of Canadian. Yeah. After 1840, we have the creation of Upper Canada, which is Ontario, and Lower Canada, which is Quebec. So in 1840, Canada was split into two entities: Upper Canada, Ontario, and Lower Canada, Quebec. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1840 is the first time where we gained some independence, the first year. Before 1840, direct control from London, England. And these men were not happy, so they fought the British. But it was small rebellion, it wasn't a big war. In English, we say rebellion. Rebellion is like minor, like 200 men with guns, not something big, not a revolution. No. Something small. So we say rebellion. Okay. It's not like, the war in some of the Arab countries. Like when the Americans invaded Iraq, that's a war. But 200 men, this is a rebellion. Rebellion. This, we're going to go inside. This has a lot to do with the history of Windsor. This has to do with the history of the United States of America. Black people in America were slaves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They were owned by white people. And it was a horrible existence. The white master had complete control. If the the slaves did not listen to the master, they could do many things. They could kill them. They could tell the mother, if she did not listen to the white master, he can tell the mother, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to sell your daughter tomorrow. I'm going to sell your daughter. That's it. Before 1860 in America, one slave was worth $1,000. It was a commodity. They did not see them as humans. And it was horrible. It's a horrible, wicked system to be owned by another human being. And for instance, they were all in the American South. All African Americans were in the South. In Florida, they were in Alabama, in Georgia, not in New York. Okay? Because in New York, in the North, they realized this is not correct. This is wrong to own. It's inhumane. It's cruel to own another human being. In the American South, the white master, this was the law, cannot teach the slaves to read and write. If they taught the slaves to read and write, they're going to put them in prison. So the only way for any hope was to escape the American South. Not only go to the American North, go to New York, but even in New York, there was a problem because the police or the slave catchers who are paid by the slave owners, good morning, who were paid by the slave owners, they could catch the slaves if they escaped in New York. They can catch them and take them back to the South. So the best way to make sure that they were safe was to come to Canada. And Windsor was the final destination of the Underground Railroad. So in order to escape the slave, it was very difficult. They had to go at night. They had to look up in the stars. They had to follow the North Star. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So freedom. And there were many homes on the trail where white people were against slavery. And they allowed slaves to enter the house at night and sleep for 5 hours. They can only escape at night. At daytime, it was dangerous because the slave catchers with the guns can catch them, arrest them, and take them back to the master in Alabama or Georgia. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this is why Windsor is important. This was the final destination for freedom. Does that make sense? Okay.
That's why we are here.
Yeah, exactly. Hiram Walker, he built a big factory. You know the part of Windsor called Walkerville?
Yeah.
It's named after Hiram Walker, named after him.
Yeah.
The whole city. He built homes.
Big company.
Yes. He built
building.
Correct. He built houses. You know the park called Willisted Park? In that area, if you go there.
Wedding hall.
Yes, there's a wedding hall. If you go to that area, the homes were built by Hiram Walker for his workers. The bigger houses were built for the managers. And if you go to Willisted Park, there's a big mansion called Willisted Manor. Maybe if you want, we can go for Christmas. Are you interested?
Yeah.
He built a big mansion, beautiful mansion. For somebody who's rich. And his son, wine. So this was, I think, for transportation. So, for commercial purposes. This was to make the wine over here. Fermentation. This is okay. So let's go this way. Great. Excuse me. Let me go this way.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Instruments.
Yeah. So these are instruments to find the way, the direction. It tells you over here. Yeah. This is to find the direction. North, south. You look at the sun. You hold this over here. The sun hits. You can tell which. For the grocery store. You have to do it by hand.
What is this?
Which one? Yeah. This was for the oxen.
Amazing. Click that notification bell. Subscribe as we continue with the class of history of Canada and US.
Stand over there. Yeah. Okay, everyone. 3. Meet cars and engines here in Windsor. See? So you have 2 parts of Windsor named by Americans. You have Walkerville, named after Hiram Walker. And you have Ford City named after?
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, exactly. Okay. To stand in one, place for 8, 10, 12 hours doing the same thing, it gets really taxing on the body. You become like a machine and you're not happy. If the wages are low, you go on strike and they form unions. The union gives the workers a say. Okay? And in the early 1900s, Henry Ford was a very intelligent man. He doubled the pay of workers in America from $2 to $5. He doubled it. By doubling the wage from $2 to $5, Ford retained the best workers and the best engineers, and the car improved. And then he sold more cars and he made more money. There was no prescription. If man wanted to fight. So the Boer War was in South Africa. It was white Dutch people who fought against the British. The British wanted to control everything. I mean, they could not accept the fact that this white Dutch minority controlled the southern tip of Africa. And so here in Canada, it was a choice for men to go fight here. It was voluntary. It was not by force. And I think they sent about 10,000 troops, or even less than that. So this was the first war that Canadians participated in. And the British eventually won. Alright, so let's go.
Teacher, what is these medals?
Those were medals that were given. They're different wars, yeah.
War stories.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. This was to fund the war. This is very important. Okay, take a look at this here, everyone. You see this area? You see this, everybody?
Yeah.
This was in the tunnel. In the border area of the tunnel. In the middle of the tunnel.
Okay, but why?
Dominion of
Why?
Canada.
Because, to show the border between Canada and the United States. Because in the tunnel.
The cross. The shows between.
Yeah, because in the tunnel, because you haven't been, but I drive through the tunnel. The tunnel is underwater, right? The tunnel is under the Detroit River. So there's an area in the middle that shows you the border in the tunnel.
I know, but why it is a symbol?
I'm going to explain. The flag of Canada before 1965 was the flag of England. That's why. In 1965, we changed our flag to the Canadian maple leaf. Before that, our flag was a foreign flag of another country. It was the flag of Britain.
Yes.
That's why. And so that's why when we got a new flag, this had to change. They removed this from the tunnel. This was removed from the tunnel. Okay? And you can tell the picture. Come see here. Come see the picture. There you go. This is the tunnel. You see? This is the tunnel. It shows you there was one for America. This is the border. You see the line in the tunnel? This is the border. And this is Canada here.
I go upstairs, take the stairs, there's the elevator. Let's go.
It's donation. Donation, yeah. You guys can donate from here.
This animal was almost hunted to extinction. They kept hunting and hunting and hunting and hunting until they almost disappeared. Yeah, it's called the buffalo. Very important part of history of Canada and America. The buffalo. Yeah, this is a buffalo, yeah? No, not Red Bull. No, not Red Bull. No, Red Bull has nothing to do with this. This is a buffalo, not a bull. A bull is a cow, it's a male cow. So here we go. Yeah, turkey. It's a very important part of, don't forget we have Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving coming up. This is a very important part of, Canadian culture and American culture. Okay, so we have over here. Yeah. So it tells you here.
The White House.
Yeah. That's a unicorn. Nagar, that's you. You're a unicorn. That's you. That's you. That's you. She's a unicorn. Yeah, stay here, boy. Can I take a picture? Stay here. Stay here. Can I take a picture?
Ladies, can you just go to the side?
Victoria, it's not Elizabeth.
She was the queen for a long time.
Oh,
From
before
18
Elizabeth?
Oh, a long time ago. She died in 1901.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we have a Victoria Day in Canada, named after her. This one? Yeah. No, look at the horse.
Is natural?
See, no, it's a make-believe animal. Make-believe animal. Monarchs. Make-believe.
Our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
So guys, we're done, and if you like the video at the moment, consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Bye for now, and God bless.